the pretty colors go away here on the 5-minute. We do have kind of ready buy arrows here. No arrows yet on the high-low pro. The selling, the hardcore selling in the Mag 7's drying up, but you can see NASDAQ still under pressure here. And so we're looking forward to see if we're going to actually get a rally in the
We do
close.
have kind of ready.
We don't even need to
buy
see
arrows
buying
here.
pressure. We just need that the selling
No
pressure
arrows yet
goes
on
away.
high-low pro.
At this point, we are under
the selling,
daily
the
L2
in the Mag 7's drying up. You can see NASDAQ. The hardcore selling in the Mag 7's
the SPX as well as the NDX.
Still under pressure here. And so we're looking forward to see.
And that's typically kind of the extent of any extreme moves.
We don't even
need
to see
buying
here.
pressure. Hold there.
The selling no arrows yet
goes away.
Pro.
At this point, we are under
the selling
daily L2
in the Mag 7's
on
NASDAQ. The hardcore selling in the Mag 7's
the SPX as well as the NDX.
Still under pressure here. And so we're looking forward to see.
And that's typically kind of the extent of any extreme moves.
We don't even need to see
buying pressure. Hold there.
No arrows yet goes away.
Yeah, and Tom, I think that the current administration is totally on board that they want to see crypto succeed. And by the way, my view on crypto is that this is all a short-term flush. I don't think this is the end or anything. But I do think that these things come together. You get over leverage, you get speculators, probably a lot of people over leverage based on the fact that Trump wants to go up.
Totally on board.
That just creates a flush in and of itself, because if you've got over leveraged players and say they're going to get liquidated at 95K, that's actually a stop loss on the market. And so it's going to go to 95K and it's going to wipe them out because the market's going to seek liquidity. So so when I do talk about things like, oh my God, crypto is going to get flushed and things like that too, and just keep in mind that it has zero to do with the underlying, mechanics of Bitcoin and whether or not I like it long term. And it has 1,000% to do with the psychology behind the current positions. And it's kind of like, Tesla after the election, Tesla exploded. And then a lot of people got excited and, bought it at 450. Right. And so then they get taken out. So it's always kind of, there's markets move, in a normal market environment, they move kind of, you're going to have early buyers come in, and then you're going to have kind of the mid levels, like, wow, this thing's already up 60%. I think I should get into this. And then, the last 15%, 20% come in as speculators, thinking like Bitcoin's a good example at 120,000. It's like, wow, Bitcoin's going to 1 million. And that's the only way somebody late to the party can justify to themselves to get into Bitcoin, because, they missed the move to 120,000. So, the only way they justify it is like, well, it's going to 1 million. And that in and of itself creates this environment where they just have to get wiped out. So this is, it's a tale as old as time. And so we'll kind of, so just kind of keep in mind, I do think that the flushes that are coming, if there's going to be one, are buying opportunities. And again, after the close, I'm going to talk more about this topic. So, yeah, and think about it too. A lot of people so many people missed the rallies in the stock market and Bitcoin, and then when Trump got elected, then they thought like, oh well, now it's a good time, and so they bought the top in November. And oh my gosh, and now he's getting into Bitcoin, so they bought that top too. And that's neither here nor there. That's just the law of market dynamics. And so you get a lot of people coming in at a level like that. They just can't. They're not positioned for a 10% pullback. Especially if they're using margin and leverage and stuff like that. So anyway, it's always interesting. Nice. The other thing that's interesting is I'm just watching the markets here. It's just like, I'm just kind of looking to see how we're going to shape up here if there's an end of day play. And really what's interesting too is there's a lot of companies right now putting crypto on their balance sheet, whether it's Bitcoin, Ether, Solana. And what I do think is going to happen is, we flash forward 2 years from now, and that's going to cause a lot of implosions as well. But anyway, that's not really anything for today. It's all going to go up forever. Whew, man. So you can just see it's just heavy. I mean, it's possible here. And there may be some cheap, let me see, cheap opportunities. Tempted to, at the close, do something bullish as well. I mean, I've got the butterfly for tomorrow, but it's a little far away now. All right, let's zoom in on this a smidge. All right, I'm just gonna kind of keep an eye on those, and I'm just kind of keeping an eye on some of the flows here. I'll be much happier once I get my 12 screens. Yeah, so I'm just watching a couple of different things here on the order flows, any trace levels, you know, really looking for a trade here in the last 20 to 30 minutes, possibly something new overnight, but